What's up YouTube, Mark Vader here, and I've got another deck profile for you. This is Super Heavy Samurais. Pretty interesting, pretty fun deck profile, very unique. I think they debuted in Arc V. I had one card in a binder from this particular archetype, and I thought, man, these are pretty cool. I should look into them, and I really like them so far. So let's go ahead and get into this deck profile. These guys are pretty good, and they're getting more and more support every day, so I can only think good things for them for the future. Alright, so first, big guy, boss monster, Super Heavy Samurai, big Benkei. Basically, with the Super Heavy Samurais, it's a little confusing. They all are centered on their defense. Obviously, Super Heavy Samurai, super heavy. They use their defense as their attack, so when they're in defense mode, they can attack with their defense and use that as like damage. But only if you've got like this guy out. Basically, when he's summoned, and a lot of the Super Heavy Samurais have this effect when they're summoned, they can change their battle position immediately. And as long as he's on the field, him and any other Super Heavy Samurai monster can attack using their defense points. And he's got 3,500 defense, so he is a beast. And you are definitely going to need him for some future plays with some other big dudes. Next, one of the best cards in this deck, Super Heavy Samurai Flutist. You run 3 of those. His effect is very simple. You can normal him, and then you can tribute him to special summon Super Heavy Samurai. So you normal him, then summon out your big dude. But it's his graveyard effect. It's also very nice. When he's in the graveyard, if your opponent targets one of your Super Heavy Samurai monsters with a card effect, you can banish him from the graveyard and negate the activation of that effect and destroy the card. That is just a beautiful effect. I love that so much. He's one of the best cards in the deck, and I finally have got 3 of him now. And then we've got our next. This was the guy that was in my binder that made me want to do this deck. Super Heavy Samurai, Blue Brawler. He is pretty simple. 2,000 defense, 0 attack, cannot be destroyed by battle. Beautiful. And the best part is he has that effect where when he's normal or special summoned, you can change his battle position. So if you use something like Call of the Haunted on him and he's brought out, it's a special summon attack mode, he can switch into defense mode. So not that you would use spells or traps. I should be clear, there are no spells or traps in this deck whatsoever. But in case, I mean, anyone can use him in a deck though. He's pretty good. 2,000 defense, can't be destroyed by battle. Why not? Alright, and then next we've got Super Heavy Samurai Scales. He's almost always special summoned. His effect is, what is it? If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then you can also special summon a level 4 Super Heavy Samurai monster, level 4 or lower Super Heavy Samurai from your graveyard. So that's an amazing effect there. Just get a wall out there so you can special, you know, overlay, whatever you need, tribute, all that good stuff. Next, Tuner, Super Heavy Samurai Trumpeteer. His effect, if you have no spell trap cards in your graveyard, you can special summon him. And then if he is used for a synchro summon, you can, if he is used to tribute summon a Super Heavy Samurai monster, you can special summon him from the graveyard. So let's say you use him to tribute summon out big Benkei here. Benkei comes out, then Trumpeteer comes out. You've got your 10 stars here, so you got your tuner, and then you can get out our big Synchro Man, which I will show you here in a little while. Next, we need some search power, so here we go, Super Heavy Samurai Soul Piercer. A lot of the Super Heavy Samurai cards actually are kind of like Inzectors, as in they equip to each other. So for example, this one, you can equip it to a Super Heavy Samurai monster and it gives him piercing. Not bad, but the big effect is that when he's sent to the graveyard at all, you can add a Super Heavy Samurai monster to your hand, which is amazing. Anything that you can just search out anything. It doesn't say it has to be a level 4 or lower, it's just anything. So you can get him to the graveyard and add a Benkei to your hand or whatever you need. So definitely 3 of those. Then one of my favorite cards in the deck, Super Heavy Samurai Soulfire Suit. You can equip him to Super Heavy Samurais, and what does it do? It like gives him a little bit of, it makes him lose defense or something like that. Oh wait, no, this one's the discard one, I'm sorry. This one basically, let's say, you know, your opponent activates Dark Hole or something that can actually destroy like your Benkei or something. You can just discard that from your hand and target Benkei. He can't be destroyed by battle or card effects for the rest of the turn. He loses 800 defense, but you can't touch him. I mean, you can like compulse him or something, but you can't destroy him by battle, you can't destroy him by a card effects. It's amazing, so definitely run 3 of those. It's an amazing card. Next, 2 Super Heavy Samurai Gaga Gloves. This is a newer guy. When he's sent to the graveyard, you can look at which is it? It's the top 5 cards in your deck, and then you can put them back in any order you want. Then the best effect is, since you've just gotten to look at your deck and put them back in any order you want, when your opponent declares an attack, you can banish him from your graveyard, look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a Super Heavy Samurai monster, that monster's attack is dropped to 0. So yeah, he's pretty good. But basically, the banishing effect and dropping to 0 is nice, but it's more important that we're getting that effect where, like, you can basically, it's kind of like searching, but it's more just setting up for future plays. But yeah, I definitely run at least 2 of him. We got Super Heavy Samurai Soul Beads. He's pretty good. You can equip him to a Super Heavy Samurai, and basically once per turn he can't be destroyed by card effects. And also, if a Super Heavy Samurai monster you control is destroyed, you can discard this and special summon him. It's a pretty good card. I wouldn't run 3; it's a little cloggy, but 2's pretty good. Next, we got Super Heavy Samurai Soulbang Cannon. This one's basically to get your Benkei up to a little bit more attack. You can equip it to Benkei or any Super Heavy Samurai, and it gains 1,000 defense. So you can set up those big attacks and stuff. And also, it has a weird effect where if your opponent attacks a Super Heavy Samurai monster and activates effect during the damage step, you can banish that and basically just nuke all the monsters on the field. I have yet to use that effect because it's a very specific one, but I run 2 because of the possibility of it. It's just too good to be ignored. Next, we've got 2 Super Heavy Samurai Soulbuster Gauntlet. This is basically the honest of this deck. Whenever your Super Heavy Samurai monster engages in battle, you can discard that and their defense doubles. So you got Benkei out there attacking on 3,500, discard 7,000. Depending on how your field's looking, you could OTK instantly. So yeah, definitely at least 2 of those. It can also, save your ass if you've got a weak guy out there. You can double his defense and save you. 1 Super Heavy Samurai Big Waraji. If you control no spell traps in your graveyard, you can special summon him, and he's treated as 2 tributes, so special, drop him for Benkei. I only run 1. I feel like 2 is a little cloggy, so 1's pretty good. 1 Super Heavy Samurai Battle Ball. I need to get more of him. He essentially lets you synchro summon with your opponent's monsters. It's really beautiful. So, like, let's say your opponent's got a level 8 out and you summon him. You can take your opponent's level 8, send him to the graveyard, get out our level 10 synchro, which I'm going to get to here in a few moments. So yeah, I would run maybe 2 of him. I've only got 1 at the moment, but I'm looking into getting a second one. Alright, so that's it for the Super Heavy Samurais. Next, one of the best cards in the deck. It may seem silly, but it is not. Giant Rat. When Giant Rat is sent to the graveyard, when he's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon an Earth monster from your deck with 1,500 or less attack in attack position. That's beautiful because if he's sent to the graveyard, you can get Benkei out because Benkei only has, how much attack does Benkei have? Let's see, oh yeah, 1,000. So all destroyed by battle, boom, Benkei in attack mode, Benkei's effect goes to defense mode. Now we can start playing. So yeah, definitely run 3 Giant Rat. A new card, which I am in love with, Aromachar. This thing is evil, evil, evil. If this thing is face down and your opponent attacks it and it flips face up, it cannot be destroyed by a battle. And then, during each player's end phase, you gain 500 life points. Not just yours, both of you and your opponent. That is evil. I love this card. I only run 2 of them. I am tempted to run 3. I love this thing. Definitely run it in this deck, considering this whole deck is centered around defense. While you're building up your offense, you can get a good defense and just gain life points. 1 Swift Scarecrow. If you don't know what he does when you're being attacked, when it's a monster declares a direct attack, discard him in the battle phase. It's basically Battle Fader. I figured he'd work better because he's a machine, so I can search him out a little better. And then another card that works surprisingly well in this deck is Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness. There's a lot of times where you will get a really bad hand in this deck, but if you draw into Gorz and you get a nasty direct attack from some big dude, special summon Gorz and we can set up a little bit of defense and get going. Gorz is an amazing card. I recommend him for many decks. He's almost a staple nowadays, so yeah, Gorz is pretty nasty. Alright, so on to the extra deck. So here is our big guy right here, Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo. This is what you're going to use Benkei and Trumpeteer to get out. His effect is similar to Benkei's, except only he can attack with his defense. Benkei allows all the other ones to do it. He unfortunately only allows himself. But what is nasty about him is once per turn, during either player's turn, you can target a spell or trap in your opponent's graveyard and set it on your side of the field. And then when it is, whenever you use it, it's banished. And the reason that's so good is because that prevents all that stuff. Because a lot of the Super Heavy Samurais require you don't have spell or traps in your graveyard in order to special summon them. And he's 3,800 defense. The only downside I see to him is He's the only Super Heavy Samurai monster in this deck that someone can bottomless. And I should know, it's happened, it's not fun. Because he has 2400 attack. Then we've got the new guy, Super Heavy Samurai Ogre Shutendoji. I need more of him. He is a walking heavy storm. When he is synchro summoned, you can destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. That's evil, and he also has the effect where when he's in defense mode he can attack. And he's 2500, so he's pretty strong. Looks pretty badass too with his spiked club, so I need to get more of him. Definitely run at least one if you're going to do this deck. And then a random one, Natura Barkion. Don't know what he does. During the player's turn, trap cards activate, banish 2 cards from your graveyard, and then negate the activation if you do destroy it. I've not used him in a duel yet, but I think it's like one of the situations where if your opponent uses a very trap-heavy deck, he can come in handy. And he's 2500, so he can hold his own that a little bit there. So yeah, that's my Super Heavy Samurai deck. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.